welcome back to another episode of Fries with Potato. Today we have Sanjana Krishnamurthy, or also famously known as Sanj K. And then we have Amrit Ramnath. You might know Amrit Ramnath. You know, the first time I heard your name, it was from Sai Abhyankar's podcast. He was just like, I like this guy. His name is Amrit Ramnath. He has a song called Manase. And I'm like, Allah yaran theriyadu.
And then I went to your thing and I got like a bunch of tags on my YouTube saying, came here after Fries with Potato video.
Oh my god.
I was like, who's this Fries with Potato?
Oh my god, are we influential or what? And then we have the one and only Pranav, and he is the director of their music video. Or let's not even keep it like he is a director. What is their music video? Yeah, he is a director, guys. But you know, there's this presumption that young people these days don't know how to be in relationships. You know, what is your take on that? You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but I feel like everybody keeps like talking about it and saying like, this Gen Z doesn't even know how to be in relationships. Like, okay, you guys made the same mistakes, if not worse. Like, have you seen the films they used to make back then? It used to be abuse straight up. So
you watched all the films?
Not all of them. Not all of them. Okay, don't go to define me.
Too soon.
I need like someone to like tutor me on Tamil cinema. Tuition, please. But yes, do you think that the presumption that we young people can't have like relationships or can't sustain them for a long time is fair?
No, I just feel like because there's so much stimulus and the way we look at relationships today are so different from back then. If you had a relationship with someone, you'd value it a lot more than you do today. I just feel like because there's so many actually...
Tala, why are you cooking this answer, Tala?
It's going to become Mia. So it is different, yes, but it is not less serious.
It's not less serious, it's definitely different, yeah.
Okay, anyways, he cooked that answer. Do you want to follow up with that one?
No, I mean, I have a different take on it. I feel like back, like, you know, the previous generation, they kind of had a lot attached to the longevity of a relationship than the quality of it. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that really makes a big difference because back then, okay, if you're with the same person for the longest time and even if it's an unhappy marriage or relationship, I think they thought that's the right way to be. I think today's generation really, you know, considers other facets of a relationship. So
he
I think
outcooked you, Amrit.
Yeah.
Definitely got outcooked by Pranav today, which was not on my bingo, but anyways.
What about your thoughts?
My thoughts, I don't think it's true at all. Like, first of all, like I feel like they just, because we have like terms and stuff like that, we sort of tend to put a label on things, you know, as soon as it happens. Like, we put a label like situationship or like a flirtationship or whatever it is, you know. And I'm just making stuff up.
What is situationship? Tell me.
எனக்கு புரிஞ்சது.
அவனுக்கு புரிஞ்சிருக்கும். அவனுக்கு என்ன? Anyways, so like I was saying, like it's all because we have these new labels or terms, and like when people come across it for the first time, they're just like, oh, like what? Like we didn't have this when we were growing up. We had what we had was pure, you know. That's usually how their takes are. So I'm just like, okay, you know, like it's just one generational difference, and two, because we tend to put labels and they haven't put it for like certain behaviors that they exhibited back then. They think that whatever we are going through is not similar to what they are going through. I mean, history repeats itself now. I used to get like so riled up about it. Like, how can you say that one, like that one and all? I mean, but now I'm just like, okay.
That's your opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that is my take on that. But how did like your first crush or whatever make or develop your understanding of relationships?
I have one same story that I've been saying apparently a lot.
yeah.
Oh.
No, but basically I think exclusively on Potato for the third time.
Okay.
But basically when I was in class 5, I had one massive crush on one girl.
Oh,
but I was
I
told you I've been repeating the same thing.
Sorry, Paraval, it happens. Please go ahead.
long story short is I was...
long story long.
Sorry, long story long. Now 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, ரொம்ப long இருக்கு. 5th to 9th grade, I basically liked the same girl, and I was too shy to tell her because
Does she know now? I mean, obviously
she got engaged last month.
Oh.
So the thing is, I liked her for a really long time, but I was too shy to tell her throughout. So 9th grade, she was leaving. She and her brother, they were leaving school to go to some international school, fancier school. Okay. So I was like, okay, I'll tell her what I feel, but I was too shy. So I was like, okay, I'll take my violin to school and I'll play her favorite song. How extra is that for a 9th grade kid?
No, I did something very similar. Go on.
Oh, you did? Okay. That's follow-up story. But basically, I took my violin and randomly, I just was like, come, we'll go next to the tree. I want to show you something. Imagine in 9th grade if I say that.
Okay.
So I took my violin out and I played her some, I think, Secret by One Republic or some song.
Oh wow.
And
that's
I put my full heart into it, and she was just like, thank you. And that was my establishment of unrequited love. Song number 4.
That is literally every first crush ever. Was your first crush requited or not? Yours was not requited.
Definitely not.
Mine was not requited. Was
Mine
yours?
wasn't either, yeah.
யாருக்குமே அப்படியா?
Yeah. எல்லாருமே பல்பு தானே
ஆமா.
Like எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் இப்போ I'm feeling
No,
a
as
little
in, okay. வேணாம்.
ஏன்டி
பல்பு வாங்கிருக்கோமா இருக்கு, பல்பு கொடுத்திருக்கோமா இருக்கு. அந்த மாதிரி சொல்றேன்.
Obviously, I mean, you're a woman and a pretty one at that.
So நாங்க ரிஜெக்ட் பண்ணல.
நீங்க பல்பு கொடுத்திருக்கீங்க அப்போ அதுதானே சொல்ல வர இப்போ சொல்லு பாப்போம் அந்த கதை.
Oh yeah, your fault.
No, bro. So my follow-up story is like, bro, I had like a crush on this senior guy. Okay.
I know this.
I had a crush on this senior guy, and bro, so they were leaving school, and I basically arranged an assembly for them, like a full assembly I arranged. Like all of us.
What did you do?
Like we were all like doing some farewell stuff. We were like actually my whole class had a crush on one of the guys in that class. Okay, a whole class had a crush on, like the girls had a crush on the guys, and the guys had a crush on the girls and stuff like that. So our whole class was in love with that class. So we basically
That's
had
pretty
like
crazy.
yeah, that
Oh,
is
so okay, not like on one guy.
yeah.
இங்க ஒரு couple, இங்க ஒரு
yeah,
couple.
exactly.
All the girls like one guy, all the guys like one girl. What about the rest?
No.
Okay, not the whole class. I mean, some of my friends will still watch this. I mean, not the whole class, like the majority. Okay, and then we like basically had like we were singing this One Direction song and all.
Which one?
And I forgot, like time changes or something. Night changes. Yeah. Night changes. Yeah, so that was what we sang, and our teachers knew about this, but they were just like, okay, they've
Hey, what was
arranged.
the outcome? What is the question? Okay, assembly முடிஞ்சது அப்புறம் என்னாச்சு?
Nothing happened.
Said thank you or
They
something.
did not care about us. They did not care one bit. I used to like walk around the school just to see this one guy and then hide from him.
We've all done that. I've done that.
Like I used to hide.
I mean,
I used to spot them and hide from them. That was the best part. I used to like try to find them and be like, I saw him, and then I'll hide. And I'm
so they
like,
can see you hide. Huh?
no.
That's pretty good at least.
Yeah,
That's good
yeah.
game. Hiding game strong.
Sure, it was so embarrassing. No, let's not even go into it. But yeah, your take on doing something embarrassing?
I actually don't have அந்த மாதிரியான ஒரு embarrassing story.
Yeah, true.
But,
Actually, after I finished doing all those embarrassing things, I vowed to myself in my 20s I would never do anything embarrassing out either.
But you still end up doing something like
Not
that.
me, man.
Oh, wow.
That's good.
Yeah, for me, I just have one very funny Montessori kada. Okay, I don't know.
You
if
were
it
also
can-
in Montessori?
I mean, not the school Montessori. When I was going to a Montessori.
Montessori.
Basically
Which
in-
Montessori? You're talking about
Now
Abacus?
I'm
Yeah.
talking about Navadasha Montessori.
No. This
Okay.
was when I was in Singapore for 1 year as a kid.
Okay,
And I think I was like 3 years, 4 years old. And there was this Chinese girl who I was like very close with. We used to play together all the time. And apparently one day I just gave her like a peck on the cheek.
Oh, wow. तुम्हारा
And-
puppy लेना
No.
चाहती हूँ.
No, my mom got called to the school. So
Oh, crazy.
yeah. What is your kid doing? But yeah, so that's pretty
Yeah.
embarrassing, guys.
I mean, bro, I used to like a guy in LKG because he used to bring me sharpened pencils.
Oh, that's.
I still remember his name. Sanjay, if you're watching, I still think about you sometimes.
Sharpen your pencil. Sanjay.
Yeah. Anjana.
No, like I said, see, bulb கொடுத்த கதை மாதிரி தான் எனக்கு
சரி,
நிறைய
okay.
Yeah, that brings
Actually,
variety.
yeah,
Yeah.
variety into the loser conversation.
Yeah. 3 losers, 1 success.
Actually, நீ இதுல excluded. நீ வந்து Venn diagramல வந்து you are in the middle, intersection of a loser and a hero. நாங்க வந்து loser. She is பக்கா hero.
இல்ல அப்படியெல்லாம் இல்ல. I have like one மொக்க வாங்கின story, but it is not very interesting, so we'll skip that.
Okay.
Since we're talking about first இதெல்லாம். So I did my primary school elsewhere. வேற ஊர்ல பண்ணேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் secondary வேற ஊர்ல பண்ணேன். ஸோ அங்கே இருக்கும் போது ஃபைனல் இயர் லைக் 8th கிரேட்ல அங்கேருந்து கிளம்பி வரதுக்கு முன்னாடி யூனோ ஹவ் அந்த இதில் அவனுக்கு ஒன்று பிடிச்சிருக்கு அப்படின்லாம் சொல்லி பேசுவாங்கல்ல, அந்த மாதிரி இது போயிட்டு இருந்தப்போ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பையனோட டீஸ் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க, ஒரு சீனியர் கை. ஸோ
that guy must have had a crush on you, no?
I don't know, I haven't spoken to him only.
Wow, crazy.
அந்த மாதிரி அந்த level
fumble of the century, dude.
Yeah, but this happened like towards the end. நாங்க கிளம்புறதுக்கு like 1 மாசம் முன்னாடி 2 மாசம் முன்னாடி நடந்தது.
Oh, like the music video.
Hey! Crazy! நான் கூட catch பண்ணல. Nice.
Okay, then for part 2 I have one story. So then I left. அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் I joined Insta.
Okay.
And changed schools வேற ஊர் and all. அப்புறம் through Insta some we started talking to each other. Then he said I want to meet you. சரி okay, but how? ஏன்னா வேற ஊர் அந்த மாதிரி. So one weekend what he did is 2-wheelerல அந்த ஊர்ல இந்த ஊருக்கு he came.
Whoa! What the hell?
Yeah, with his friend on his bike he came. And imagine he was
Comeback
like,
of the century.
Friend, bro.
No. First fumble சொன்னா இப்போ comeback கொடுக்கறான். பாப்போம் எப்படி போகுது.
he came all the way here, but I was very shy. I didn't like him like that.
What the hell,
So
Sanjana?
what? Wait.
You shouldn't have not let him horn like that.
I'm not that bad also. நான் எப்படி ஸ்வீட் ஆனேன்னு நான் சொல்றேன்.
Okay.
So he came all the way la. So தனியாவும் போய் பார்க்க முடியாது. எனக்கு நம்மளுக்கும் பயமா இருக்கு.
So you bought another friend?
I took my friend to meet.
Okay.
And then what happened is my friend and him started talking and they liked each other.
Okay, cute.
Okay, that's actually cute. Next music video. That's actually a very cute story. Yeah. Like you should be the bridesmaid at their wedding. And should be like,
No, they are not together now. Sorry, disappointed. They're not together now.
Okay, crazy. Okay, life is short, guys.
They didn't die.
Relationships are also short, unfortunately.
So yeah.
Thank you for the
இல்ல
excerpt.
நான் சீரியஸா இது மறந்தே போயிட்டேன் நடந்தது. இப்ப பேசுறதுனால நான் யோசிச்சு சொல்றேன். Like, oh, this happened. Yeah, it's a really nice story. யாரும் திருடிடாதீங்க. நான் வந்து பண்றப்போ என் கதைக்கு நான் யூஸ் பண்ணுறேன்.
Do you want to direct at one point?
Yeah, definitely. I will.
And at that time, we will all recall this moment.
He also wants to direct, by the way. So you have like
Really?
3 directors.
This is
Oh my
real
God, 4!
exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
I would never direct, but if I did, if I did, it would be for like something independent, like you guys did. You know, I like to be in control that way. Like I feel like if I directed under someone else's production or something like that, I would have like conflict.
You want to produce and direct.
Yeah, of course. Like,
And do music.
I
And write
won't
lyrics.
do music and all. Lyrics.
Lyrics.
லிரிக்ஸ்லாம் எழுத முடியாது. நான் ஒன்றும் போயிட்லாம் கிடையாது கைஸ். பட் இன்னும் ட்ரை பண்ணலாம். காசா பணமா? காசும் பணம் தான். பட் ஆனாலும் எஸ். Do you guys believe like the first love thing is like the strongest அந்த மாதிரி?
I don't think so. I would say it'll always be a fond memory, but first place எடுக்குமா எனக்கு I don't think so. For me personally, I don't think so.
Buddy, you are one next level buddy. How do I tell you?
ஈஸியா முடிச்சேன். இப்போ
அதான் சொன்னேன், hero. Come on Amrit.
Just yes, no, single word. Yes, no, அந்த மாதிரி.
It is the purest, but it is not the, you know, strongest.
I think it's revealing of the feeling of love.
ஓகே தல, நீ வந்து ஐசிஎஸ்சி ஸ்கூல்ல படிச்சேன்னு எனக்கு தெரியும், சரியா? நீ ஐசிஎஸ்சி ஸ்கூல்ல படிச்சேன்னு எனக்கு தெரியும்.
No, I feel like the first time you have a crush on someone or you're feeling love for the first time, it's a very new experience for you, right?
Yeah, true.
So I think that memory is something that will supersede everything. It's not the most you'll ever feel love or the most special love, but it's a very unique feeling. And I think with Kaadhal Alaipayuthey, the song also, I wanted to bring that feeling of like butterflies in your stomach or like when you're fumbling words or when like shy is coming type. You were hiding la and mari nanu nariya pannuven. Similar vibes.
Why is he bringing that up?
No, it's actually a nice moment. I think we might just use it.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I could totally see in a video.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
guys,
inspired by.
Like, you know how cringe it is to do all of those things? You should avoid it.
It's cute after like many
no,
years.
it's not. Oh.
If you continue to do it, it's cringe.
Yeah,
but-
that's true. That's
so-
true. Okay. You? What's your take?
I think it always remains one romanticized core memory.
True,
it kind of
true.
becomes a yardstick with
True,
which
yeah.
you compare your other relationships.
Yeah,
You
true.
know, but yeah, I mean, I think it's pure and innocent, but it's also overly romanticizing it. I think it becomes unhealthy. So.
Like your music video?
Okay. Roast number 1.
But I also
What do you think?
I think it's like the nostalgia of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, definitely.
You know? And when you look back at things, it's obviously going to be like all rosy and like you enjoy the moment much better once you're out of it, you know? So I feel like it's one of those things. But if you ask me if I want to go back to being like a 14-year-old, like having crushes on guys, I'll be like, hell no.
Exactly.
Like, hell no. Like, I wish I was one of those people who had it on like fictional people or like One Direction Harry Styles and all. Like, I had it on Zayn Malik, obviously, because he's Muslim. I was halal with my crushes also.
Still have.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Why not?
Yeah.
I was super
Who's
halal
stopping
with my
you?
crushes. I was like, only Muslim boys I will crush on.
I had a friend who had an imaginary crush on an imaginary person, but would
I've
tell.
created that too.
But no, okay, then I can't say.
Parvala
Because I'm
sollu.
kind of roasting
Illa,
him.
illa, parvala sollu.
But he would tell everyone
yeah,
that
okay,
she's.
not the same.
He would tell everyone that she is real.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Until like after 2 years, he was like, actually, guys, she was a figment of my imagination. I'm like, bro, you're leading us on for so long.
This is the plot point of like that Pei Padam Sibi.
Sivi.
Sibi. Sibi.
You know not Sivi.
That's why you
thanks,
know.
Pranav. I was like, am I the only one who's not
sitting on
seeing
his
it?
neck. That
On
is
his
the
neck.
most
I've seen the
traumatizing.
poster. I don't think
It's like actually an adaptation of a Korean film.
Oh.
Like he'll become like super heavy. He'll have like shoulder
How
pain.
old is this film?
It's like really old.
Very old.
Yeah.
I
I feel
was thinking-
எனக்கு சைல்ட்ஹுட்ல 2 படம் ரொம்ப ட்ராமடைஸ் பண்ணுவான். ஒன்னு was அருந்ததி, ஒன்னு was சிவி.
for me, it's Yavarum Nilam.
Yavarum Nilam also,
Oh my
yeah.
god, bro! My uncle had the same phone Madhavan had. Okay, and like he takes the picture. He takes the picture, and it's an action effect on that phone.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it'll like
That
warp your
spiral,
face.
yeah.
Oh my god, he took a picture like that of me, and I shit my pants. I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep the entire night because he took that picture.
Yeah, it moved on to horror films now. Coming back.
Yeah, but that was the one memory I'll never forget. Anyways, going back to the topic, guys. What is something that you've done that's like embarrassingly like, oh my god, I did this to impress them? I'll start this time. Okay. So, you know this, we didn't have this back then. Okay, Center Fresh, they have it right now. It's that tennis ball chewing gum. Okay? Like it looks like a chewing gum, it looks like a tennis ball, but it's actually a chewing gum. Okay?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Oh, really? We should go buy it after this.
It's still available. Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very recent in India, okay? But back then it was like super cool. My uncle got it from Canada, okay? I didn't tell my mom and dad. Didn't tell my brother. It's like brand new, one of those exotic chocolates that you keep and have for like a really long time in the fridge, you know? I put it in a cover and I went and gave it to him.
All of it.
All of it.
I haven't seen this from you.
And it's like chewing gum, not even like chocolate.
It's not even like chocolate, yeah.
I was like, this is so cool. If I gave this to him, he'll think it's so cool and he'll like me.
Did he?
No. Obviously not.
He probably didn't know. He ate foreign chocolate, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have that like foreign
Made
chocolate.
in
label.
Maybe he
Canada.
just shared it with all of his friends or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, bro. And he was super lame also. I don't know why I liked
Did he
him.
like tennis at least?
No, bro. I'm so thankful that the guys I like didn't like me back.
Because they're all.
Thank you. You did me a favor. I'm forever grateful for it.
Why are you zoning out?
I'm not.
You're thinking of a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking. No, I'm thinking of. I did one thing where like, so I really liked this one girl in class 10, and she liked me back also. And she used to like to sing, okay.
Okay.
But she was really bad. Like she was really bad at it, and she didn't know that I could sing, and she didn't know like that I.
She
had a
didn't know
musical-
that you could sing.
Because she joined that year in school.
Oh, okay.
Fresha, she joined school. Fresha, we caught feelings, and she had no idea that I could sing, bro. And like so, and she would like to sing to me. Like she thought that was our love language, okay?
Wow.
And I was like, okay, cool. When do I tell her? And I didn't tell her for the entire time.
That's good. I don't think you should break someone's heart like that.
I feel like now that she knows that I'm a musician somewhere, she's like.
அப்படி இல்லனா கூட இந்த வீடியோ பார்த்தேன்.
I know. That's true.
True. Actually, if you think about it, like there's no nice way you can tell someone they're not good at something. Yeah. How do you even say that? Like, how do you even go and say that, Amrit, maybe you should not act?
Noted. Duly noted.
You just slid it in like that.
Yeah, she was just like.
I was saying it like rhetorically, guys. Not actually real. It's also like figment of my imagination type.
Imaginary friends.
Yeah, imaginary problem that I have with you. Yeah, but that being said, what would you say, like, if someone's really bad at something, how would you go approach and like say that, oh my god, you're actually not
Nice
that good?
hidden talent, keep it hidden.
Oh, that's so lame. That's
like,
mean.
like I feel like if you.
Obviously, I won't say that.
Yeah.
Very
Like if
bad
you-
at confrontation.
I feel like you'll say other things like if there's like I don't know like a movie or like a music video or something like lighting பயங்கரமா இருந்தது or something really obscure, you know. If you don't like the song or like I don't know. Costumes were
Wow,
nice.
it was like
Wow,
superb.
yeah. You'd pick one detail that's very like ambiguous and like, oh, that was too good. You killed it there.
Yeah, truly. What is your
For me, it is very simple. See, if I really care about that person, அது நல்லா வரணும் நான் நினைச்சேன்னா நான் உண்மையே சொல்லிடுவேன். See, இங்க பாரு நல்லா இல்ல. எனக்கு
That's a
வந்து
sensible answer actually.
Yeah.
No, but it depends on the closeness of the person.
Yeah, that also is
And
there. If I
how,
don't really know that person, I'll
receptive
say,
they'd be
நல்லா
to-
இருந்துச்சு சொல்றேன். அப்ப ஏன் உங்ககிட்ட நான் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிட்டேன். நான் பாட்டுக்கு சொல்லிட்டு போயிடலாம். Like when I listen to your songs and I tell you, it means that I care.
Yeah.
I'm registered பண்றேன்.
Okay.
So value my opinion.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't want to do that when someone's like showing your art or their work la, they put their time into it. சும்மா போய் சொல்ல வேணாம் எனக்கு. ஏன்னா நான் யாராட்ட காட்டுறப்போ தெரியாதவங்க if I show to you or you also, I would expect one honest opinion.
Correct.
So I would like to do the same to the other person.
And it also really depends on what stage they are in that pursuit as well. Like if they're just like a beginner, then you probably don't want to like say something really
discourage them,
harsh or something like that.
Usually, I have been told by other people that I'm bad at things, but for some reason, I never take it as like, oh, maybe I should stop doing this. I'll just convert it into, I should just get better at this. You know?
See, that's a very healthy way of processing it, but I don't think everyone
But not a lot of
does
people process it like that. Because like I feel like a lot of people don't even enter something because they think that they will be bad at it. So it's very hard to go and tell them once you're doing it that, hey, like this is not that great. You know, it's very difficult to go and convey that, you know, a negative sort of
If you
feedback.
have a solution, address it. இல்லனா அமைதியா போயிடு அப்படினா.
My mother has an interesting way of looking at this, like because many people approach her and they'll sing for her and they'll be like, "What do you think?"
Wow, okay. So she imagine going to Bombay Jayashree and being like, hey ma'am, you want to listen to me sing?
No, literally there are so many like all the time. So what she does is, if she feels like they have potential, she'll be honest. Like if they're actually talented or something, but like they'll be like, okay, you know, genuinely you can work on this. But if they have absolutely no scope, she'll be like, you were too good, kill it, keep going. Which is actually a really solid way of looking at it, you know. Like, why burst their bubble when they're oblivious to how bad they are? நான் கேட்டு சொல்றேன். Keep going. And dude, our moms share the same.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, auntie.
Happy birthday, auntie.
What? December 2nd. December 2nd is Bombay Jayashree's birthday. At the same time, my mom's birthday. So happy birthday.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to the
Neither.
legends. Love you guys. Should you just be like for the mommies?
you both.
Oh yeah, done.
What are the lyrics? ஒன்றா ரெண்டா ஆசைகள் then
எல்லாம் சொல்லவே ஒரு நாள் போதும்.
ஒரு நாள் போதும்.
Okay, ready?
என்ன pitch?
எனக்கு தெரியாது தல. நான் பாடுவேன்
Okay,
தான்
நான்
pitch.
உங்களை follow பண்றேன்.
No, la.
Super Sanjana, கை கொடு.
Without the release, I mean.
Release. Yes, okay.
Ready?
5, 6, 7, 8 mommies for you. ஒன்றா ரெண்டாசைகள். Come on.
எனக்கு ரொம்ப கீழே இருக்கு.
Okay, மேல வர. நீ ஐபிசி
You do it.
yeah.
I sound like my mom.
So what?
Do it.
Do it. Come on.
Okay,
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. ஒன்றா ரெண்டாசைகள் எல்லாம் உள்ளவே.
ஒரு நாள் போதுமா?
There you go. Love you, mommy.
I didn't for the life of me think I'll ever do that, but that was fun.
Love you, mommy, Jeshri ma'am. I fumbled that because I'm actually nervous thinking that you'll watch this.
You
But if you do watch it,
We'll
love
give
you.
the feedback.
She's probably like, why is this girl doing this all the time? But it's okay, ma'am. Okay, now speaking of moms, soulmates. I think my mom's my soulmate. But apart from that, do you think that like relationships are about like finding the soulmate, or is it like effort and understanding and stuff like that?
I mean, I don't think soulmate is a very viable way of looking at it.
What do
I
you
feel
think
like-
a soulmate is?
I mean, someone like, at least the general consensus is that it's someone who just like immediately gets you. There's an instant connection and all of that, and I think that's not viable, because I think when it's built with effort, it probably has more longevity too. So
Let's go. Longevity gang. Okay, back to you guys.
Oh, நீங்க longevity gang.
Yeah, longevity. You only do longevity.
Already longevity சொல்லிட்டான். ஆமா. The common denominator of Pranav's words include longevity.
you know, skibidi, resin up, அதெல்லாம் நான் கொஞ்சம் அப்படியே slide பண்ணேன்.
பரவாயில்ல, at least bro, I think that like sometimes when we use skibidi riz, they don't know that we're using it like ironically.
Yeah.
What is skibidi?
Don't lie.
You said Riz. Riz I know. What is
Skibidi you don't know.
Skibidi,
Even I don't know.
You don't know skibidi? The origins of skibidi came from
Etymology.
Oh yeah, etymology. You could say that. Okay, ICSC. Anyways, the etymology or whatever of the word skibidi originates from skibidi toilet, which is like this. Like, do you know Ganji Chudel? What? Ganji Chudel.
What?
The Chudel. The Chudel, bro. The witch. The witch. It's like this really bad 3D animated witch who comes and eats the belpuri or whatever. No? Okay, so skibidi is like also a very like, it was an animation of a toilet, okay? Of a toilet that has a head in it, and then the kids started using it. The kids, you know.
How do you use that word in the normal
Can you use
Like
skibidi?
then it, like the etymology of the word turned into like you want to like describe something, you can just describe it as like skibidi Sanjana, I'm skibidi Mariam.
But it's like, oh, so cool on the Mari.
Yeah, I
No, wait, no.
I like when
Doesn't sound right.
like when my friend and I we call each other. Yeah, she's skibidi Sanjana.
Starring skibidi
Sanjana.
Means is it a compliment?
It's like something that we use to like describe a person, but it's not in the sense that oh it's a bad thing or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like you're chill like that.
You said witch, you said toilet.
No, that's the origin story of it.
That is the etymology.
So you can be like, I'm feeling skibidi now.
You can't say that. You can describe a person as skibidi, but like I don't think you can say I'm feeling
I'm a skibidi guy.
You can say that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You're a skibidi girl.
Yeah, I am a skibidi.
But
girl.
அப்படின்னா என்ன?
அதுதான் தெரியாது. You should just understand.
feeling.
It's a feeling.
புரியுது.
Yeah. It's like you have to really be part of the internet culture and lore, and you have to be like chronically online to get all these things. Like
But okay, moving on.
where did this even come from?
From
You
Soulmates.
started it.
No.
Longevity.
Oh yeah, longevity ல இருந்து ஆரம்பிச்சு அப்படியே words.
Longevity.
Anyway, hey, they had to answer the whole soulmate.
Yeah,
Soulmate.
yeah. Come on, ICSE, bring out that vocabulary. IELTS. Iron Skins, you'll be watching this video. No, take down all the words he's saying.
What is your question? What do you think about soulmates?
Soulmates or like effort and understanding.
I think my soulmate is also my mom.
Okay, girl.
Yeah.
Don't need to copy my answer like that. Like plagiarism.
Oh,
Right
yeah,
there.
birthday.
Oh, wow, crazy.
Yeah. Oh my
December
god.
2nd.
Yeah. When is your birthday?
Mine, Feb 23rd.
Oh, parvalla. Are you like a Pisces?
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm a Pisces too.
When's your birthday?
Must learn.
Oh shit, crazy.
Okay, chill, girl.
Connection.
Chill. Okay.
What was your answer? Oh,
He's
your
like
mom.
mom's soulmate.
Soulmates.
Yes.
Okay, do you watch Friends?
Yeah.
Adla, you know how Monica says, no, I don't trust in soulmates, but I believe in, like, you are in a relationship, you work on it, then
Yeah.
Adil. I stand by that.
Okay. So then effort and understanding.
Yeah.
That mom and all is not counted. That's like,
I want a different answer.
Yeah.
More spicy.
saucy.
Saucy, meaty answer.
Yeah.
I don't have.
Your mom shouldn't be watching. Come on, auntie, you will find
Auntie.
out everything. Now you will be discovering new things about Amrit Ramnath. Ramnath. Hey, எனக்கு வாய் வளரும், okay.
Skibidi Ramnath.
Skibidi Ramnath. A new name.
No, I don't know. I just feel like I think I agree with Sanjana. I feel like effort and is like, especially when you're in any kind of a relationship, and not just relationship.
Nobody believes in soulmates or what.
No,
That's
I'll
kind of
tell you
sad.
what. I feel like a soulmate is something that's efforted. It's not necessarily like, oh, I've just found somebody in the padathla varamari. I don't agree with that.
You
But I
work
feel like
into
you work,
building that soulmate kind of a
when
connection
I
with
feel like when
someone
you have
maybe.
second nature relationships with your friendships or like partners, that's really beautiful. Like even with your best friend, when like you're about to say something but they know what you're going to say, or you're feeling something, you don't have to talk about it to them. I feel like that's the equivalent of soulmate types.
Going off that, like I read somewhere recently a tweet. Okay. I don't want to come off as an intellectual. I am not. So like no, you don't have to tell them about the enumerate incident, okay? In a tweet where like, you know how people when they have like you can have romantic feelings to a friend, with a friend, you know, but it's not necessary that you have to act on it every single time. It's okay to have like a romantic relationship with them, but it's not necessarily has to be like in a boyfriend girlfriend kind of way. You can have like that kind of love for them, but it never has to be in the sense, the traditional sense of what we see in relationships. It's like, you know, you love a friend, but it is romantic. You do put in effort and you do build in that kind of like relationship with that person, but it never has to go to the extent of like, you know, I feel like a lot of people cross those boundaries sometimes when it becomes like that. But it's not necessary. Sometimes it can be platonic, and you can kind of be platonic and romantic at the same time, which I thought initially was like an oxymoron, you know. How can you be like platonic and like romantic,
I think
you
they're
know?
like opposites, you know.
Yeah, it's like Gunadu Central Lapinilla. It's not like that, you know. So, but I have felt it, you know, like in my girlfriends, you know, like the girl friendships that I have felt like some sort of love for them, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in the way that romance is portrayed. Like romance can be so many more things, like the kind of love that you share with different people can be romance, you know. It's not necessary that romance is like restricted for the other gender, because how boring would that be? You know?
Fair, yeah. I fully agree. Yeah. I think like romance as an idea is so like bastardized today because in like,
You stole my word.
you used it,
Yeah.
right? I think I took it.
Yeah.
Should we shake on that?
Yeah, we should check on that.
But I just feel like the way romance is so overused in films that it's just assumed to be one type of thing where like platonic is just the opposite. But I just feel like the idea of romance in friendship is something that's so
That's what I think,
unsaid,
like
what you're saying.
Mayaragan.
Exactly,
You know,
yeah.
Mayaragan's like a good example of how you can find like a little bit of romance in the friendship,
yeah.
you know.
It doesn't have to mean that it culminates to
Yeah.
anything that you would assume a relationship to be, you know.
Yeah.
And there's so much beauty in that.
Yeah, I think like Mayaragan ரொம்ப நாள் கழிச்சு ஒரு படத்துல வந்து ஒரு platonic relationship வந்து we are like seeing. I might be wrong because I don't watch
Like
a lot of
between two
films.
guys is
Between
two
yeah,
guys,
I don't think there's
I
any
genuinely
other
don't think
prototype
for a
it.
while like
Yeah.
something is
Yeah, so I thought that's why people connected with it so much, because it was like there was a dearth of like stories representing that kind of like relationships shared between two people, you know. So yeah, dearth of why did I another word, guys. I have actually gotten DMs that people send me sometimes. They're just like, you know, I watch your videos and I learn English.
Seriously, yeah. I think that's a compliment.
Yeah, it is.
No, I'm not intellectual. Why are you saying that?
Yeah, you know, actually anti-intellectualism is a sign of fascism, but
Whoa.
you didn't hear that from me. No, but I didn't want to come off as like a purti, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, what is the biggest lesson you had from a past relationship? It doesn't have to be a relationship in the sense, the traditional one. It can be like a friendship too. For me, I think the biggest learning experience I've had about relationships have always come from friendships now, you know, because I've had more friendship breakups than like romantic breakups, because those don't exist, for my mom who's watching. But like I was saying, it was always like between friends, and I feel like I needed to learn how to balance myself. Like, I have been the kind of friend who's like too overprotective about my friends. Like, I'll just outright tell them what to do and what not to do, and it will be for their benefit, you know. But I've learned that that's not right to do, because like people should have the space to figure out what they want to do on their own terms, you know. And even if you think that you're protecting them from something, like I haven't done this very often and all, it has happened like once, but on the top of my mind, I'm just saying, like, I have been a friend who's like been a little bit overbearing and sort of overprotective and feeling like I'm mothering everyone around me. But then I had a friend who came up to me and said, like, you know, I understand that you have like really great intentions for me. I know that you're never going to think wrong for me, but you need to like let me make mistakes, because I don't need someone to tell me what's right and what's wrong all the time. So that was one time I had to like step back and actually think that, oh, I'm actually out of my own experience, I'm saying certain things, and they need to experience those things in order to, you know, understand where I'm coming from, and not really like stop them from having that experience, you know. So if it's like a really bad experience, then you can probably like step in and be like, hey man, don't do that, you know. But in the rest of the time, like if they're not asking you to like protect them from a certain thing, don't like try to protect them, even if it's like your first instinct to be like, don't do it, you know. It's not in your hands to tell people what to do and what not to do. So what I've learned is to like not be so like to stop myself from being like, oh, you shouldn't do this. So I've completely stopped that now. That is something that has made relationships a little bit more like fluid, you know. And also like I have had like judgments about people, and because I stopped doing this overbearing thing, I stopped like having judgments at all, you know. I have been judgmental, you know. I have been judgmental of people and everything. Like, I'm not perfect and all. So in the sense that I stopped being judgmental is, I just stopped thinking that I will never be like that. I stopped thinking like that and started thinking like, oh, it shouldn't happen to me. If I saw something that I didn't like, you know, I should be like, it shouldn't happen to me, and if someone's doing it, that's their prerogative, you know. So yeah, that's something that I learned from a past relationship, or a friendship, I would say. That
quite profound,
yeah.
Actually, what you said made me think about, funnily enough, like, I think I've learned most from friendships that I've had that are very close that I've lost. Like,
Yeah.
I had, as in, we stopped being friends, and this happened like about 3 years ago, and I didn't go to college basically after school. And my biggest thing with not going to college and just doing music is, I absolutely love what I do and I can't not do it. Like, that's all I want to do. But the flip side of it is, I was always like, I think we were also speaking about this, but I was always like, will I be able to have that, the sort of social fulfillment that you get from going to a college, meeting people, having a friend base? Because I've always heard from everybody that shapes you in a very beautiful way, you know, like good and bad. And for me, that was something I never had. So I would actively be the kind of person who would seek out friendships when I would have the time. And I think I also ended up becoming somebody who's always been such a people pleaser. Like, I always wanted to make everybody happy, type of thing. And I think that's fundamentally how I am. Even now, I'm very much a people pleaser, but I'm also more aware.
We can tell.
You stop me when how can you do that? But like, I just
I'm just joking.
No, but I just feel like I've always like it's a very fundamental part of me to do my level best to make the people around me feel like in the moment, like because I think it's maybe my baggage or whatever, but that kind of came out. Maybe we'll keep that out. But I think so. I mean, a personal incident is I had like a really nice friend group that you know I was like giving all to, in the sense like we were really tight, and then I think for whatever reason we had misunderstandings, and like it just like we didn't like end up being friends. And I think I kind of realized that me being so over pleasing as a person was not necessarily me putting my personality first, in the sense that I wasn't putting my needs, I was subordinating everything that I want from a relationship, be it a friendship or of any kind, for other things. And I think that's fundamentally like so askew, like it's not something that
We're like so opposites. I'm like
Yeah,
so
it
fundamentally
kind of,
critical, and you're like fundamentally like over pleasing.
Exactly. But I think like you found a middle ground. I also kind of did find that middle ground, in the sense that now I feel like the people that I want to attract in my life, I'm very aware of like how you can be in a friendship and how that can really serve you.
Yeah, I think like growing in friendships and like having like healthy friendships has like shaped me as a person, like you said, you know, like in college and all, when you go to college, like some of my girlfriends are from like my college times, and those girls have taught me in ways that don't have to be like lessons per se. It's just like you learn from them, like from the way that they approach things and how they handle things. Like I get really stressed out and I get really angry when I'm stressed out. I've seen my friend handle it like really well, and like I'm like, wow, she just like breezed through that. So yeah, sometimes I try to emulate a little bit of her in my life, you know. What about you?
In my words, I would say konja conscious aite on who is draining my energy and who is not, I would say.
Yo, that's facts.
That is it. Because I had a lot of friends groups when I was in college. So every day I used to go out. I actually don't remember like sitting at home ஒரு நாள் ஃபுல்லா அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு மெமரியே இல்லை காலேஜ் டைம்ல. பட் நவ் அந்த மாதிரி டேஸ் தான் நிறைய இருக்கு. ஐ டேக் டைம் ஃபார் மை செல்ஃப், ஐ ஹாவ் டைம் ஃபார் மை செல்ஃப், அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கு. ஸோ ஐ ஜஸ்ட் if it is one activity, if it is with one involves one person, if it involves family also, if it is draining, if I think it is not for me, I'm just like confident enough to say illa vanda, I'm going to step out now. Like munade I
that's actually
didn't
pretty
have the heart
cool
to do that. Now I'm like okay, like sweet as well.
Don't worry, we know you're sweet Sanjana. We know
Sweet Sanjana.
What is it?
sweet Sanjana #we Sanjana K. Yeah.
ஏதோ உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிட்டு செத்த மாதிரி இருந்தது.
இல்ல like but I understand like saying no to plans is also like so important, because like sometimes I've also like been in that trap of like not being able to say no, and now I'm able to just be like, hey, I have this going on, I need some time for myself, I'm not joining you guys this time. And it's so important to learn how to say no, like even if it comes to like business or friendships, relationships, no matter where you are, saying no is so powerful. And like I felt that in my life, where even when
you're protecting your
if you're able to say no, you're able to like ange stop it, you know. And like sometimes I get calls and they'll like offer me something and I'll be like, no, I'm not interested அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு,
because
putting the phone down,
think, okay, இதுதானே பண்ணி முடிச்சிடலாம் அப்படி. But
such a superpower though, honestly, because Sin and I, we know that we struggle with saying no.
I like really struggle with saying no.
Sometimes you think, okay, it is easy, குட்டியா இருக்கு, இது பண்ணிடலாம், it will take like one day of your சரி okay, it will take like one day of your time, சரி பண்ணி முடிச்சிட்டு வந்துடலாம் அப்படின்னு பண்ணி முடிச்சிட்டு, but the effect that has on you
definitely it drains you out of the point, right?
because you're not even doing something that you would actually want to do, you're just doing something because you're feeling obligated to do it, you know. And that like actually pisses me off. So I make sure that like I don't do anything like that. Like if I don't like it, I'm just going, even if it's like a great opportunity or whatever, I'll just be like, no, I'm not going to do it, because I know I'm going to be very unhappy with myself afterwards. And
just like nobody's some resentment
towards yourself, you know, not even like to that person, because that person doesn't have any idea that you don't actually want to do it. It just leads to resentment within yourself, and you're just like, you're hating yourself. And I'm like done with that cycle of hating myself. I'm like so over over it. It's so 2024. Exactly. So, what about you?
For me, I think because the question was what was your learning or something that we picked up, mine's not about friendship per se, but I think my learning over the past few years is like not every connection has to lead to something romantic or serious. And I think for some reason, like there was a lot of times where I felt like I was forging connections to like lead them into something and all of that. And I think it was so ingrained in me to okay, if someone like in connection, it can mean different things, right? If someone's just being genuinely kind to you, or someone who's like just being friendly, and or, like these signals get so mixed up when you start seeing every like you believe that every connection has to lead to something. And I feel like a lot of my friends, when I kind of spoke about it, really like empathized and felt like they were also doing something similar. And I think that really opened up like me to like it. I felt like I could make more healthier choices, be it with friendship and say a relationship, because that's why 3 years ago I would have said soulmate, that's the idea, guys. But like now I just feel like it's now I feel like it has to go both ways. It like takes so much work, and just purely a connection can't sustain something for the longest time, you know what I mean? So
I think all of us had like super different like approaches to this question.
But I think we're getting at the same place in a way. Like
I feel like at the end of the day, all of us are trying to do something that is like healthy for us, like if it's like saying no, or like you not trying to please everyone, or me trying not to like be protective of everyone around me, and you trying not to fall in love with everyone you meet. So I guess like all of us are trying to do right by ourselves, which is so important. And I feel like because all the four of us had something different to say, like someone who's like everyone will relate to something, because I felt like just because Sanjana said something different doesn't mean that I didn't relate to what she was saying. I completely got it, So interesting. Okay, what's your take on how to deal with heartbreak? I feel like I dealt with it the worst way possible.
How?
Like I dealt with it the worst way possible. I got depressed. I went to therapy. And it was a friendship breakup, not even like a.
But that's as bad,
that's equally as bad.
That's worse.
That's worse. True. So like I actually had a whole year where I didn't have the energy to do anything. Like absolutely nothing, but I kept pushing myself to keep doing, and I would like burn out after I did like one thing. So I just couldn't do anything. But the only thing that I did at that point was just give it time. That's all I did. I only gave it time. I didn't like actually get better or anything. I definitely went to therapy and learned coping mechanisms like in a much better and healthier way. But I just gave it time. I didn't actually like take it upon myself to change my life, just let it go.
But that's like as big as like changing your life, in the sense that you're able to deal with something so difficult.
Yeah, I knew that I wanted to deal with it healthily, and I knew that I needed help also, and that's why I started therapy. But after that happened, I think like after I gave it some time, it hurt for a really long time. And then I gave it lots of time, I gave it lots and lots. And now I'm in such a better position where I can, like very confidently just say that, whatever happened to me happened for a reason, and it just had to happen. And it's a chapter that I look back and I take so many learnings from it, So that is the only thing that I felt that I've learned from heartbreak, is that whenever someone comes and asks me like how to deal with it, or if they're going through something, I'll just be like, I don't have anything to say, man. Like, because no matter what I say, it's not going to heal something that you need from someone else, I'm not going to be able to like fill that void. So I'm just going to say that you can take your time, do whatever makes you happy. If you don't feel like doing anything also, that's fine. Just take time, and it's not going to be easy. That's all.
Yeah, that's one thing I think everybody should understand.
Yeah, it's
and
not
also like
easy.
Everybody's problems are like nobody's problems are going to be more than another person's, because at the end of the day, your problems are your problems. So I think heartbreak, any kind of trauma, like the way you have to deal with it is just by dealing with it and figure out like how you can not be unhealthy about it, I guess.
Yeah. Yes, your take on how to deal with heartbreak.
You want to go first? I will take some time.
I think what has helped me is to just like go through all the breakdowns that come on the way and like, you know, maybe like just regroup to see what is something that I can still look forward to, because during that phase you feel like everything is doomed, everything is falling, like going against you type. So what has helped me is I try very consciously not to evade whatever I'm feeling, because I've had experiences where it shows up in unexpected places when you don't deal with it. So I think what has helped me is to focus on things that can still bring me some sort of happiness, like probably creating something, writing something, and while also not rushing myself through the grief that happens. So I think it's a pretty straightforward subject to deal with it.
I mean, if you can funnel it into your career, I think it
Yeah,
would
I mean
be
that kind of
Make
helps,
music.
right? Yeah.
Anachani சொல்லுவேன். தெரியும். These artist types know. I'm kidding. Go on.
I don't have any advice or இதுதான் இப்படி
No, but
பண்ணலாம்
what has
அப்படின்னா.
helped you?
So yeah, coming to that, I don't think எனக்கு ப்ராப்பரான டைரக்ஷன் இருக்கு அப்படின்னு. Even I think I still struggle with how to deal with it sometimes when something is very sudden and all. I don't know, each thing it is different for me. ஆனா ப்ராப்பரா டீல் பண்ணல அப்படின்னு எனக்கு தெரியும், ப்ராப்பரா டீல் பண்ண என்ன பண்ணணும்னு தெரியும், ஆனா நான் அது பண்றேன்னா இல்லைன்னு எனக்கு இன்னும் கிளாரிட்டி இல்லை. ஸோ ஐ டோன்ட் திங்க் இட் இஸ் ரைட் இஃப் ஐ டெல் ஓ இது பண்ணேன் அது பண்ணேன். ஃபார் மீ சம்டைம்ஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இட் இஸ் ஆல் like I block that out and then do something else, and then sometime it revisits romba sooner than you expect, and it just shatters everything else that is going well also for you on Mari. So yeah.
I mean, to each their own, அந்த மாதிரி தான் heartbreakலாம், because like there's no formula of like how to get over it or whatever. I did something when I was in school. Okay, I had no. What I did was I would have like specific memories in all these places, right? I went back to those places and I made new memories.
Hey, that's a very healthy thing. A lot of people advise that.
Reconditioning.
So that when you think about it, you think about the new memory that you made instead of the old memory that you had. That actually worked for me.
That's solid advice.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to go do something similar.
I feel like that's one good way to approach it. So I had this really nice ice cream place where I was just like, I can't go there again. But then I went back, I made a new memory over there, and then they closed the shop. So, you know, good riddance.
அந்த மாதிரி சொன்னா நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி ஓகே சேனல் இட் இன்டு your art, do இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் நானும் சொல்வேன், ஆனா நான் பண்றேனா எனக்கு தெரியல.
No, I don't channel it into my art and all. I just
no, but that is actually a way.
I know.
I think I definitely do it.
I think it's
No,
I have an opinion on that. I'm just not going to make one. I'm just not going to say anything.
What's your opinion?
My opinion is that like if you convert everything from your life into your artwork, then you're like sort of fueling your artwork from your life. So what happens when you're happy?
I know what you mean.
You move on to your next creative person.
Yeah, you no Tala.
No,
I've seen people who
the next heartbreak so that you can
exactly.
I mean, they say right like I mean that.
On the masochistic, but
No, I feel like it's not necessarily directly like, oh, I have a heartbreak, I'm going to make a song.
You're probably like that, but I've seen people who seek it out, who seek out trauma, who seek out like the struggle.
Yeah, I think it's romanticized too much. I think for me it's more a coping mechanism. It's definitely not like, okay, I'm actively thinking I've had this really traumatic experience, I'm going to make a song out of it.
I think it's slightly healthier, like it's a comparatively healthier coping mechanism than indulging in something that's
Definitely, I think for me it's an indulgence because I've just been like conditioned to, like that's what has made me happy.
I didn't say anything, I was just smiling. I was just smiling. Maybe I shouldn't be judgmental so much. Still working on that one. That being said, like obviously the story for Kaadhal Alaipayuthey was probably picked up from like your own life experiences here and there. So how was that, you know, recreating that kind of like story. And I've seen like people recreate the music video. It was so cool, you know, because when I watched it also, I was like very hell-bent on watching it after my exams was over, because I was like, I need to sit, put it on my TV and then have the viewing experience, you know. So like just as you might have intended me to watch it, you know.
But I don't think, but then we also decided, okay, the phone la dhaan paaka poranga, but yeah.
No, but I watched it on TV, guys. So what was it like making that song for you guys?
So he played the song to me, and then we were discussing, like, one thing was very evident from day one was that this was going to be about first love or experiencing love for the first time. Could be, you know, slight difference, but could be read either ways. So then we were like, okay, there were some things that we discussed where we were like, okay, Amrit Ramnath music videos na, there's a certain abstract quality to it, like based on what he'd done before. And we were like, let's try experiment. And this is the actually second time we're working together. First time we did one Kuti teaser.
Like a promo.
One promo, but this was obviously the bigger project. So we're like, okay, let's try to push our boundaries, see what we can do differently. And then we came up with, okay, the best way to deal with this is to really be vulnerable with each other. It was like therapy where we sat in his terrace and we were like, okay, just spill it all out. And we were just discussing our lives basically from probably age 12
Nothing
to...
different from what we're doing.
Yeah, actually, more or less. Yeah, actually that.
Are we working for our next video?
Yeah.
You are. In your head you are. I know you are.
So, and then we were like, okay, so it can be something that's set in a colony because we both had some similar experiences. And we also wanted the video to be related to Chennai in some way, even if it's not on your face. The culture of it has to really come out. So, and then we were like, okay, let's fix it on a colony.
But how did you guys find the apartment? It was like very bang on. Like
bang on every day. We didn't know if we'd end up shooting that or not.
Honestly, it was too stressful. But I'm glad it looked
I mean, like, we got stopped 4 times while we were shooting there. It was crazy fun now. Back then it was stressful. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, so that was actually the difficult part about setting up the whole shoot was the location. It was so difficult to
The
find.
cast was perfect. The location was perfect. I actually think that this was one of those really nice music videos, because I personally was thinking, you know, we have like these really like grand production videos that we see right now, you know, and for me to like see a story through a music video, I kept feeling like that was a space where a music video hadn't come out like that, you know, and I felt like, okay, these guys filled it. That's how I thought. And I thought of it when I saw it itself, I was like, oh, this is something that I would completely direct, like I would personally do. So it was like, oh, I really liked it overall, you know, I was truly enjoying. I was recipient of the enjoyment.
But that's really cool that you felt that, because I think we also, like all 3 of us felt like today, I mean, music in a way is also like storytelling, right?
Yeah.
And whatever experience we have, sometimes we think of music in that experience. Like you said, you like for some place, if you think of, you may think of a song with it. Like at least I think all of us do that. But I just felt like there was nothing to capture that in a story. And from the get-go, I wanted the song to be about the first time you experienced.
Yeah.
Basically, we really wanted to tap into that, and I think
giving Riverdale.
I was like, what is that series? That Archie's? No, what is it called?
We knew there was some
We
sex
knew,
ed memes or Riverdale memes coming in.
memes,
So
Meals, yes.
Riverdale meals.
Okay, Tala.
But yeah, so I think it stemmed from the fact that we've all like had, like Chennai is a very kind of, there's a combination of apartments, conservative, all these different elements, like that auntie character with binoculars. She represents like the larger conservative angle of Chennai, from which like we all have stories that we can all relate to.
True.
So we wanted to try and tap into that in a very like, in a very innocent but relatable way. So I think that was one of our goals.
It was very well done. I really liked it, guys. Personally, I would say I'm a tough audience to please, if I would say so myself. But I really liked it. The apartment looked very eerily similar to the apartment where I liked one boy. So I was just like, for a little bit BT I was having, but I was like, okay, fine.
That's a new memory.
Yeah, new
song,
memory.
yeah.
And
but I mean, like, it actually raised a lot of questions while we were discussing it. Like, where does a young couple go to like
Yeah,
spend
there are
time.
a lot
I
of
think
third spaces
yeah,
here,
like it's so difficult. Like
Just to have a
Yeah.
even to have a conversation with somebody you like or something, or even like whatever. Like I just feel like there's always somebody. Already சிரிக்கிறா. அவனுமே சொல்லலையே.
Sorry, Tala. I'm like not able to control it. I'm just like, Soumya, don't smile. Like அவன் சிரிச்சிருவான்.
But okay, back then okay. இப்போ வந்துட்டு it's all become very easy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
digital, yeah, but still I think it's
Even if it's digital, I still
like
feel
where do
like
you go is still a
it's still a thing for sure.
and like where do you go where you can like just be konjam like
Chilled out.
yeah, like where you don't feel like you're being monitored or you know.
சஞ்சனா
Yeah,
சிரிக்கிறா.
ஏதோ
ஏதோ
something
ஒரு குத்து
she's
இருக்கு.
yes.
I understand.
என்ன வேர்ட் யூஸ் பண்ணாலும் சரி வரல.
Longevity.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Spend
The actor stuff. Yeah.
spend quality.
Oh, அதுக்குதானா? Yeah, I personally think there aren't a lot of third spaces. Like you have to have like some sort of money if you want to spend like actual like quality time. If you don't spend money, I don't think there are a lot of places. இல்லைனா இந்த மாதிரி தெருவில் நடக்கிறது, இல்லைனா வந்து பீச்சுக்கு போகிறது, அந்த மாதிரி தான். Like I think that's what I do, you know, because like sometimes
Your mom just saw like
no, I was going to say
My friends do it.
I was trying to say like I made a video about like hey, there's nothing to do in Chennai, and like a lot of people were like, how can you say there's nothing to do in Chennai? But I was just like, you know, running is the only activity that's free. If you think about it, in fact it's not even free. If you get bit by a dog, 5 rabies vaccinations.
Did that happen?
Yes. So when I thought about that reel and I saw like the feedback that was coming from that, I was just like, but what are the other third places that you can actually spend time with? Like parks are always like also like monitoring happens over there. Like uncles and aunties are walking and they're always like, you get what I'm saying? So you get it. You guys are young people. So yeah, I definitely thought about it after the feedback from that reel. I was like, what are the other third places? But good thing about Chennai is you have the beach.
That's true, yeah.
But
there also monitoring happens, but
Yeah.
yeah, you have to be.
Yeah, you can at least like sit and talk over there,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
not for
sit and talk for like 5 minutes straight. Every 5 minutes there's one person walking by you saying, ஜோசியம் பாரு, கடலை வாங்க.
Yeah, the Joseph
That light, those kids.
Yeah.
My God.
bro. Yeah, like the Josiam aunties really get to you sometimes. They're like one after the other, they'll keep coming, and then
I've
you're like,
done it like
Oh, yeah?
or twice.
I'm scared அதோ ரொம்ப
no,
controversial
they'll just come and tell me,
No.
நீ பையனா பறக்க வேண்டியதுமா.
Everyone gets that. They do that to everyone. Yeah. To girls, they come, first thing they say is, பையனா பிறக்கடே, பொண்ணா பிறந்திருக்க.
Yeah, why do they
What do
say
you do with that
that?
information? Like, okay, next.
I feel like she's just going off the male privilege that already exists and like our longing for that male privilege, you know, like walking around at 2 a.m. and she just like prides on that, like, you should have been a guy. You should have. But like,
Now,
tough luck.
comes into business.
Quick one, okay? Without thinking, you have to answer. What is a film or a song that has influenced the way you look at love? பட்டாருன்னு சொல்லிடலாம், அப்படியே பட்டுன்னு. Me.
before trilogy.
Me.
So my first answer was Dear Zindagi.
Oh, actually, that's a
Yeah.
good one. Yeah. But that's not about love, girl. But like in a way, yes.
It is.
Can
It is.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, it is.
When she spoke about
Yeah,
the film was relationships.
yeah,
What do
true,
you
true.
mean?
But I mean, oh yeah, she does find true love in the end.
Yeah.
Herself. Like
So
that.
Dear Zindagi.
Dear Zindagi.
So
I actually think Dear Zindagi.
What's yours?
Mine, song or a movie, huh?
Song சொல்லு, movie தான்.
Movie, Easy
or
A.
Huh?
Easy A. I think that's a really good one because like I feel like it's one of the rom-coms where the partner of the romantic interest is not exactly, he's only there for like 20 minutes of the film, but the most of the film is her just figuring out how to navigate like people objectifying her. It's actually such a great film. Like it's actually one of my favorite films because it has a lot of elements in her character itself, like the main character, Emma Stone. She's such a, she wants to do good and she's okay but to doing it by like putting herself down, which is what she progressively does in the film. And she tries to find an answer. And in the end, she like owns it. Like whatever she is, she just owns it. And it's like so cool. Like I love that film.
Song ஒரு round போடணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Okay, song.
Because I never get one answer out of him. I'm like, what is your favorite song? Okay, at least now what is your favorite song? He won't have an answer.
At this very moment.
At this very moment. Don't think, just shoot.
But it has nothing to do with
Apart from
love.
Kaadhal Alaipayuthey.
Hey, why would I say my own song is my favorite song?
Why not? Why not?
Actually, why not? But it's not. I think right now I'm listening to Naan Varuvene from Ravanan obsessively. I don't know why, because like.
For me, it's really good.
Oh, okay.
I like,
Govinda Vasantha, no?
The beginning part where like that.
The train sound and all
Oh my
comes,
god,
yeah.
it's so like, how did he mix that? It's like that. That's one for me right now. What about you?
No, but your question was for
Love.
what changed your.
Yeah, no, I really like it. I don't think it influenced my love or whatever, but I'm definitely thinking. And kura kadavaye enne.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, no? In what context were we discussing?
The mix we were discussing.
Oh, yeah, correct.
I went to a Vijayanaran concert and I told him like, when I'm getting married, you're singing this song at my wedding. So those two.
For influence love, actually, there's a song called Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol.
Chasing cars.
Okay, I see.
It's about this guy.
see.
Illappa. It's about
ICSC.
it's about this guy whose dog died chasing cars.
Oh.
But like, it's about how like, I don't know, I'm sad. First answer போதும்.
What was your first answer?
நான் வருவேனே. அதுவும் லவ்வுக்கும் சம்மந்தமே இல்ல.
அது வரும், லவ்வும் வரும், மன்மமும் வரும், எல்லாமே வரும். It's just a thing.
Since என்ன நோக்கி பாயும் தோட்டா, it has been only engagement.
Oh yeah.
Like I go back to that song, like if I feel like okay, இது எங்கேயா ட்ரிப் போறவனே, ஓகே இப்போ வந்து யாரும் டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணி நம்ம ஒரு பாட்டு கேட்க போறேன்னா it will be engagement.
Oh, New York Nagaram also, bro.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Actually, yeah, that would be my answer then.
New York.
Yeah.
Damn bunch.
Some claps.
Okay, that brings us to the end of this podcast. Thank you all for being here. I actually had a real gala time.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I thought it was very therapeutic.
Yeah, like very, very introspective.
Yeah.
I had fun because like I felt like we all sort of same wavelength and vibe,
Soulmate connection.
Oh my god, are we?
We put the effort.
Yeah.
Longevity. Hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag longevity, guys.
Skibidi.
Oh,
We are a skibidi group.
We're a skibidi group.
Okay, signing off. Skibidi Sanjana, Skibidi Amrit, Skibidi Mariam, and Skibidi Pranav. See you all next month. Bye. Wait. Oh!
Thank you.